Charleston Southern head coach Gabe Giardina, the team on a 3-game winning streak, 23-17 victors at Southeast Missouri this past week. This week they got the open date. So, Coach, and then after that they'll have one road game, one home game to close out the season. So, Coach, just give us some general thoughts, and we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, I feel like I missed opportunity last week, so I want to take advantage of it this week just to thank Beth DeBush for her service to the OVC and just her kindnesses to me over the years. I think I took this job, felt like almost the same time the two leagues were getting together and creating this association. And, I'm kind of like the new person in the room, and she was always very kind, welcoming, and helpful when I had questions, and certainly just appreciate her, service and more importantly, just her, I guess personal, not that we had this deep relationship, but just very kind person, and appreciate her leadership. As far as our team and everything, just really, proud of the way that we played Saturday. It took a total, team, all three phases to get the win in a tough place against a very good football team. And so just proud of our guys for playing 60 minutes and keeping that kind of mental toughness 0-0 mindset. And obviously got plays in all three phases of the game to win. And so glad to have the off week, even though it's week 10. Never had an off week, week 10, much different than per se having one week 3. More about healing up and looking ahead and doing a little recruiting, and so good problem to have, and certainly excited for our guys to get some rest.
There's part of you though the opposite to go, man, we've won 3 in a row. Let's just keep playing and see how many minutes.
Yeah, sure. When you're hot shooting, you want to keep shooting, right? I think where we are, physically and just really mentally too, at this point, it does come at a good time for us. And just need some time. I am married. I might go on a date, maybe 2 dates this week. So that'll be fun for my wife and I. Got some soccer games that I've been missing that I got to watch on Sunday. So those were fun and just really fun. I mean, I think we have like 17 or 19 coaches' kids under the age of 15 on this staff. So really more than just me, needs to be a parent at this time of the year.
Just I wasn't there, but watching the game, you got up big, at halftime, and SEMO didn't give up. But I thought near the end of the game, your team just showed a lot of resolve and and putting the game out of reach, making big plays down the stretch. What did you see in that second half as SEMO was starting to make its comeback, which you all did well to keep them advanced?
Yeah, you at some point they're going to make a run, I guess, you know what I'm saying? And but I was really just proud of our defense for, I think, continuing to kind of answer the call. I think we held them to 20 yards rushing or something like that. So we continued to kind of make them one-dimensional, which was good. Even though they're pretty good at that dimension, by the way, they can really throw it around the yard. But the thing that I thought was great was just seeing that kind of resolve in our players, kind of body language and mindset on the sideline. They were super frustrated with the way they were playing in the third quarter, and felt like we got in our own way a bunch and had some busts on some things. And then obviously SEMO, did some things to give us some problems. So, that happens sometimes, but I think maybe before we would have just kind of let that, continue on into the fourth quarter. I was proud of our kind of competitive spirit and unity, which we just talked a lot about, during the week, and our want to finish the game and to make the big plays, to get the, a big pass there in the fourth quarter to set up another score. Certainly would got to score some doggone touchdowns in the red zone. SEMO's red zone defense was really good. Yeah, it was a really encouraging for me, just in our culture of our program and the things we're kind of trying to emphasize, to see us sustain for 4 quarters.
You referenced that play, and it was Bishop, right? So a Bishop,
Yeah,
a 54-yarder. Like, what is the play call there? Like, it's a tight game, and clock matters, and it was a deep throw that really made a difference there. It was just over 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't done much doing the other things, you know what I'm saying? So we said, well, let's try this, You know, and so we liked the matchup and you know, and felt like we had some other things earlier in the half where when we had like 4 drops in the second half. And so we're like, guys, we're open. We got to catch the ball. You know, Jamil's just been such a high character guy, is one of our Buck Cup captains, you know, and it was awesome for him in that big moment. You know, guy must like playing on the road. He made some plays against Western Illinois too, that were big plays in the second half. So, you know, for the ball to find him and Zoltan, you know, to just continue to keep shooting bullets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we talked about him being a gunslinger, I guess, 2 weeks ago, and you know, he's just been you know, very accurate, I think, in some critical moments down the field. And kudos to Seth Strickland for you know, just staying aggressive, you know, and even on the third down conversion, you know, we ran it twice. You know, we had the ball, we're up 6. We ran it twice, they stuff us. And we just, you know, we talked and I said, hey man, let's be aggressive. Let's try to win the game right here. Mackay ran a great route and Zoltan made a great throw and you know, was able to, you know, kneel on the ball after that. So proud of our guys.
Zach Gordon was the special teams player of the week. He had 3 field goals. Just what about him and just your special teams in that game?
Yeah, I was obviously the special teams parts were really big in the first half. You know, with the fake, and we just, you know, we tried to take the word fake out of it. I think sometimes you throw the word fake in there, and everybody starts, oh, it's a fake. You know, I'm like, this is just a run play out of a different formation, guys. And and then same deal with the kickoff. You know, we just felt like, hey, this is maybe we got a shot here, and you know, Steve made a play, and obviously Will Lang, you know, really hit a nice kick there. So, but Zach has continued to get better, take advantage of the opportunities that he's had. Um, Certainly don't want him to have too many opportunities though. You know what I'm saying? I'd like those to be extra points. But really proud of him. And you know, he struggled a little bit early in the year, you know, coming out of Gardner Webb, he was, you know, kind of trying to, you know, get his confidence back. And you know, it's that position, you know, especially is more mental toughness and mental fortitude than physical attributes at this level, because everybody's pretty talented and it's about who can kind of put the last kick behind them and go make the next one.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us here ahead of this open date, and I hope that you have those dates and the time with kids. And we will talk to you again next week.
All right, really appreciate it. Thanks, Kyle.